Welcome back to Drive Your Journey. I'm your host, Fred Arnold. I'm with a friend of mine who's been on many of my shows in the past, John Klymshyn. John has been responsible for billions of dollars in sales for your clients.
Yes.
With a B?
Yes, with a B.
Author of 12 books.
Yes, sir.
But John is all about language and the power of words. Most recent book, Deeper Dialogue, Conversations That Inspire.
Yes.
Tell me about that book.
Well, it's the end of one journey and the beginning of another, which is part of the reason I was excited to be on the show with you, because you and I have talked so many times over meals and meetings and shows that we've done about the length and the depth of our journey and how involving other people in that journey is going to help us to realize our vision, right? And Deeper Dialogue was really, this is an audiobook only, and I did it in audiobook only format for a couple of different reasons. One is that I found that it allowed me to both improvise and operate under a very specific structure because I've worked with a producer that I've done all of my audiobooks with. So the concept came from me being asked by a tech company in Las Vegas to conduct a class that was outside of my comfort zone. And you know that I've got a deep
You have a
history.
deep comfort zone. I mean,
Well, I appreciate that.
You don't get
Well, look at the size of me.
You don't get uncomfortable easy. By the way, you look great.
Well, thanks.
Yes.
I got rid of the hair that was, trying to pretend like it still had a life for itself. But and thank you for that. So yeah, out of my comfort zone means for so many years, my topic and my focus was sales and sales leadership. So that's where we get the billions of dollars of revenue, is that I have clients that lead very large international sales teams and I coach them one-on-one. And I was asked to do something for everyone in this company except sales. And it was about building and maintaining a respectful workplace. Now, right off the bat, I thought, well, is this about diversity? Is it about getting along at work? Is it about solving conflict? And in speaking with the HR people, they said, no, we need something that they can walk out feeling good about what they do, better about their opportunity to build relationships at work, and really have a better life. And that just set me off, as you know. And I had the opportunity to speak at a couple of different events where I would kind of workshop this material, and I had this epiphany on the flight home. This was in Las Vegas. I had an epiphany that really what we're looking
It must have been a quick one, because that flight's only 50 minutes,
That's
right?
exactly right. It was an epiphany, and then I had to eat my peanuts. That's right. Get them over with.
Up and down.
That's right. And I thought what we're really looking, I think all of us on our journey, what we are looking for is deeper dialogue. You think about the conversations you have had with people in your life and those ones where you were honest and open and you were listening and the world around you faded away. Some of those are on the golf course, some of them are at restaurants, some of them are lying in bed with your loved one. And deeper dialogue, that spoke to me, that resonated with me, and that word has a lot of meaning for me. Being a musician, being a fanatic for music, and being a family man, those moments that resonate, right? I don't know who said it, whether it was Chris Rock or Abraham Lincoln, I'm not sure who said it, but someone...
There's a dichotomy
well,
right there.
they're both great American philosophers, and they said life is not about the number of breaths we take, it is about the moments that take our breath away. And
that's beautiful.
It really is, and it speaks to how do we connect with other people? Well, we connect through language. That language is nonverbal communication. It is certainly language that we use, because I also have shared with you in the past that I had this other discovery years ago that language at its core is music. That language has tone and tempo, it has feeling and emotion, and when you hear the sound of a voice of someone who means a lot to you, that immediately gets your attention. And then I started thinking about this respectful workplace and deeper dialogue, and I looked at the 5 senses. When we touch something, we associate that with a previous experience. When we smell something, it's the strongest memory sense. When we taste something, it's either salt, sour, sweet, or bitter, or umami. When we hear something, it goes right to our heart. We make an emotional connection or assessment of it with virtually no filter. When you hear music, you either like that music or you don't. Right? You don't examine why. It either moves you or it doesn't. So Deeper Dialogue, this audiobook, is about breaking down the structure of language, how it works in our minds, and how we take it for granted. And by taking it for granted, we do it a disservice and we do the relationships in our lives a disservice.
I want to go back to something that you originally talked about and how it ties into what you just said, and that is, I find when you have deeper dialogue, you're more authentic, and at times you can be more vulnerable, which allows you to connect with people in a different way, whether it be in sales. Well, let's just trust me.
Okay.
Looking at some of my friends, looking at their wives, they were very good salespeople, and they must have struck the right note, right?
Yes, probably married up like I did.
Exactly. But being authentic and vulnerable.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Well, it means that I'm going to show you who I really am, because I don't really have a lot of time for falsehood or facades.
Yeah.
Very convenient that both
Love
of them
that.
begin with an F. But look, we got very limited time here on Earth, right? I'm coming up to a milestone age here very soon, and I probably have more days behind me than I have ahead of me.
Yeah.
So guess what? I want to make every one of those count. I want to be around people I care about and that pretend like they care about me, or at least put on a convincing act.
And conversations that matter.
And conversation. Look, this is what I believe. This is what you believe. So we can't get along. No. How about you hear out what I believe, and we can talk about what we might be able to do together, where we can go on our journey together. Because what journey is really interesting if you're on it by yourself?
Yeah. And we need to find out what journey those that we're interacting with want to go on.
Yes.
And I think we failed to do that, if you will, as a society. Let's get to the sale, let's get to the point, let's get to the conversation, let's find out what you need, versus finding out what their journey is. And we're going to jump to a quick break, but when we come back, I want to go deeper on the journey and deeper into your book. John Klymshyn, author of Deeper Dialogue, Conversations That Inspire. We'll be right back.